Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Her. Today I'm up 189.50. Day trading the MNQ or NASDAQ Micro Futures. Options trading pretty much just chilled. Kind of as you can see on the day, mixed PNL mostly. Snow, Penn, I'm still taking a beating on. Neo, LAZR, BA. Thankfully for like BA and LAZR, I do have some time on. I'll go over these trades in a second. I do want to go over the overall market, some of the trades I made, some of the things that we're doing, and also we have earnings coming up here for the banks, which we'll cover. SPY did close up. Basically at all-time highs here. Did hit 412 after hours. Right now it's at 411.73 at the time of this video. Looking at it, it hit 411.93. So kind of interesting. We had some mixed market. I'll show you what I was doing on the NASDAQ, some of my trades. And like, as you can see here, this is M&Q. This is some of the trades I took. The blue triangle marks where I entered. The purple triangle marks where I exited. So you can see here, I was making very small trades, just scalping. I was entering, as you can see here, my buy. I was buying 5 contracts at a time, and then I was scaling out of it here. Just kind of all over the place. I entered here at 784, exited one at 774. So that one took a loss, but the rest, the other 4 did come out as a profit. So I did have that. I think my first trade, I think this was up like $30, and then the next trade even same, like another $30 trade here. Entered here, just scalped out because as you can see here, what I was worried about this morning was the market just overall not being decisive, overall chop mode, and just getting confused. And one of the observations that I've made is if you look here at M&Q or some of the other stocks, if you look overnight, so this is overnight, it basically M&Q has been trading in a range, and as you can see today, it held up the range. And what happens, oftentimes what I've been seeing in this market is that it'll get out of range basically after hours and then stick within that range intraday. And as you can see here, the range was 775 to 1820. And where are we at? We're at 1823. Did test, it did come below, pop back into range, but all day, as you can see, pinging back and forth, pinging back and forth, pinging back and forth. So when you're in the chop zone, like for me, I'm just looking to scalp. I'm not looking to make big trades. I'm not looking to make big runners. I'm just looking, okay, take a little bit off the top, take a little bit off the top, take a little bit off the top. And me doing that, I only traded a little bit this morning, made $189 just doing that. Again here, so as you can see here, the time between this second trade here and my third trade, quite a bit of time, probably about a half an hour or so. Entered here, scalped my way out, and then just chop. So I'm glad I got out when I did. And then again, these were actually some better trades. I only traded up to 11 a.m. Central Time, or was it noon? I guess it was noon. Yeah, I guess it was noon. Noon Central Time. So entered. On this drop here, I bought here, scaled out, just took a little bit off the top, and then it drops. As you can see, this is why I was trading the way I was doing, because as you can see here, I bought, it popped, it dropped back down, got back in. This was actually a better trade right in here, where I entered right in here, scaled out, and then I sold the remaining over here. And that was it for the day. Yeah, that was the only trade I did. So this was a better trade. It had a nice clean flag here. I bought into it, broke out in this flag here, and we got out. And then this was another bull flag play right in here. Good thing I sold, because this was just going straight down. So yeah, I sold one here. I bought one here. Sorry, I bought right here. Sold them here, and then sold another one here, and then it popped all the way down. So I was very, very cautious today. I didn't have a losing trade on here other than this one contract that I did sell for a loss. So pretty good day. But like I said, if you're trading the chop, like, you don't want to have a very big run. You're not looking for a big run. You're just looking to just take some off the top, take it easy. We're not going anywhere. Some stocks like Alibaba did hit pretty hard. I wasn't in on this because I kind of banned Chinese stocks, but now that the news is over. Alibaba is running. It had its best day in like 4 years, of course, after causing people so much pain and agony, including myself. And Baidu is the same. Baidu got wrecked today, down another 2.5%. Morgan Stanley said they cut their holdings on Baidu, but this is probably when it starts to rip back up, right? So, I mean, Baidu tested the 200-day, came up, taking a little bit of a breather, and hopefully, sees 240 kind of a gap fill here. Some of the stocks that I am in right now, I saw Snow. Snow was running a little bit today. Range is getting a little tight, basically pinging between 220 and 240. Today, it was pretty much running all day long after just sitting at 225 here the last couple of days. Went up to 234, so made a little bit of money back on that. I do have a couple positions on one of them is profitable. I have the 235 call here, and I have the 245 call. The 235 call is profitable. 245 call is not profitable. So we're going to try to see if we can get out of this for a winning trade here. And then PENN has just been brutal. I have a couple positions in there. I'm selling some premium, but I really needed to break above basically I need to get to back to like 108. 109, and I thought we were on our way. After it bottomed out last week, I thought it was on its way, and then today, it hit sub 100 again. PENN is out of control, but as you can see here, it looks like it is just consolidating. It's probably going to rip up as soon as these expire. If you can't have fun, what's the point? Boeing too got clobbered. So Boeing came down today, but I do think it's going to be probably pushing 260, 265 here with a earnings run up. And then LAZR lost a little bit of money on today too. LAZR didn't actually trigger my alert. I have an alert here at 20. Say, hey, wake up, see what it's doing. But I think it's going to come down to this 200-day moving average retest. What am I in on? I actually have a debit call spread in May, so I got time. So I think that I knew when I put the position on, I thought this might be the case, and sure enough, it is. I think it's going to try to come back up to 25, but we'll see how it's going. So the banks earnings, we do have the banks reporting this week. Just trying to get the mindset. XLF, if we take a look at it. Financial sector ETF hit an all-time high, 35.31 today, closed at 35.30. But on Wednesday morning, we got JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Goldman Sachs. So taking a look here, these banks are going to kick off earnings season. Things have been running very spicy. JP Morgan basically almost doubled from its lows here, 82 up to 160. It's currently at 155, just kind of consolidating here over the last month or so. So I'm not going to put a position on for earnings. Just kind of see how this plays out, see what the sentiment is. I'm guessing they're going to report, some huge earnings, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say which direction we're going to go after we've had a run. Last earnings, this stock was 140, came all the way back down to 128, 127, and then ran up to where it is now, right? Goldman Sachs, same scenario. They ran it up before earnings, dropped it after earnings, and then ran it up hard. I honestly didn't think they were going to do this second leg up like this. I thought it was going to consolidate, kind of chop between here, but probably should have got in as soon as it broke out. So it is what it is. But right now, just be very cautious. Earnings is coming up. Know what positions you're in. We also have Bank of America this week. Healthcare, Bed Bath & Beyond, Morgan Stanley, Delta. So it's gonna get very interesting. Some stocks that are interesting today. Nvidia. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow. They're releasing a new chip, which is putting pressure on AMD and Intel. And as you can see here, we're back here at resistance on Nvidia. So hard to say. It might pop through, but be very cautious here up at resistance. Last time I visited these areas back here was in last September. Got decimated from 590 all the way down to 475. Then here, 580, 590, back down to 500, 615 area, all the way down to 462. So, not saying that's what's going to happen this time, but you know, we're going back a fourth time. We'll see what happens. AMD I think is going to recover. I was waiting to see if it's going to hit like the 75 level before getting in. I do want to probably dip buy this into earnings, but I didn't want to just buy it today. I mean, it was pretty much straight down, down 5%. So I'm glad I didn't have a position on this. I was actually going to put a position on last week. I'm like, you know what? Let's just wait, see what happens. I'm definitely glad I didn't. And then Intel too, which, you know, for me, I'm not one to go long Intel, but I'll definitely side with AMD on this. But Intel, I mean, trend is still there for Intel. It's been grinding. It's been grinding higher since last earnings here. Even though, I mean, what is this? We're 64 down to 54, hit the 200-day and just been running ever since. You know, the trend is still intact here, just sub the 10-day, could come down to the 50-day, but we'll see. I think the dip is going to be bought probably both on Intel and AMD. I'm going to be looking for a position on AMD. And Amazon's been running as well due to their the union laws being finished, but I do think they're coming up on resistance. The union vote, I should say, didn't go through the way that the union wanted, but the way that Amazon wanted, so they could have more control. So that's why they're running, but they're back at resistance here. So, you know, right now, kind of sit back, set some alerts up, see what happens. And if you watch this video to the end, comment, watch to the end. And as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus hurt.